Hello, everybody. Hope y'all having a wonderful, wonderful day.
Oh, I gotta do my thing.
Oh, what's that?
Well, it's March the 7th at 4 o'clock Central Standard Time.
Yes.
It's a Tuesday, and it's about 84 degrees here today.
It's warm.
It's warm.
It's some kind of warm.
And y'all see the babies?
We got the boys back here, Rocky and Bandit.
Hey, Bandit.
Hey, Bandit.
We don't know how this is going to go.
No, we don't.
First, we thought about just bringing Rocky and holding him because he's calm. But we knew if we did that, then Bandit was probably going to cry the whole time, which we did not want to happen. So we brought both of them out here in their little playpen, so to speak, so everybody can see how they're doing.
Yes.
Bandit's still 100%. Rocky is on his road to recovery. Yes, that's right. Here. Yeah, he got it. So what's going on today, everyone?
It is
It's hot.
It is hot, and I just feel like we can just take a sigh of relief because of these guys here. It's been a stressful week per se.
I tell you, it's been
really
that.
stressful.
It's been stressful for some of you guys out there that have been hanging on, waiting on a notification that they're that Bandit's okay,
Yeah.
and that Rocky is indeed recovering, and that has happened.
He wants out.
He wants out.
That's
but
Bandit.
we haven't let him on the grounds of the property. We've just had him in an enclosure, so that's not going to happen. But if things don't go well, we'll take them back inside.
Yeah.
But they're in a shaded area, so
Got the fan going.
got the fan going. Everybody's eating and drinking and growing, and everybody's doing well.
Yeah.
And that's little Rocky.
What's up, Rock?
Wonder if I could hold Rocky.
You may can.
Well, Bandit's occupied.
Yeah, he is occupied.
So let me see if I can hold up. Not so much anymore.
If you have to, I'll hold Bandit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right. Whoa. You see, baby. Oh, goodness. You might have to give Bandit his bone because he doesn't know what he did with it. So this is little Rocky. And y'all, he's just as, I know he doesn't feel 100% yet, but he's just as cool as a cucumber.
He is.
And you know what I've noticed that he does when he lays down?
What's that?
He crosses his little paws. He's trying to do it now. He's a gentleman. That's what I say. He's a gentleman. Somebody said, are we keeping him? You bet your bottom dollar we're keeping them.
Yeah.
These are our boys, the Cog boys. And they're here to stay. Isn't that right, baby?
Yeah, they're here to stay.
They're here to stay. So we wouldn't have it any other way except for to let these two boys live out their life here. Yeah, you hear something, don't you?
He does hear a dog. The next thing is to we're gonna get them DNA tested pretty soon, don't you think?
Yeah, pretty soon we're gonna get them DNA tested to determine what breed the DNA says they are anyway.
Yeah. You think I can get that?
That's up to you. He's not going to want to sit still. But if you can hold a bone and let him chew on it, then that'll be okay. We'll see, though.
Bandit the bulldozer.
So if we go black, you know that the monitor fell over. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Yeah, I know, sweetheart.
Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, there's brother. Did you get a bone?
Yeah, it's in my pocket.
Okay.
Oh.
But we did weigh these boys again yesterday.
Yes, I think so.
Yesterday, I believe it was. That's not to say that it hasn't changed, but yesterday this little fella was still 11 pounds, which he was the day that he went to the vet. And this big man has increased to 22 pounds. Now Rocky's wanting to get down.
So they're double.
They're double.
Yeah, he's double the size of Rocky.
That's okay, baby.
Yep. double the size of Rocky.
But I'm sorry, I'm giving y'all a view that you don't need. Here you go, baby. This might not be such a good idea. But I wanted to know what everybody to see a live update and just see how well these boys are doing.
Yeah.
And see how big they are. Well, one's a half pint and one's a full pint. But they're big boys.
They were big boys.
And I did take Rocky out this morning just to let him feel some sunshine. And I know it's good for you, and it's indeed good for these puppies just like it is us. So, no, we're not letting them run around loose. But in an enclosed area, I did let him touch the ground. All of our dogs, put him back up.
Back.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I guess so.
Come here, baby. As we have stated in the videos, all of our dogs are indeed vaccinated. And I did talk to the vet about that. And the vet said, according to the book, a vaccinated dog will not get parvo. And
right.
That's been his experience. We have no symptoms of sickness in any other animal on this farm. And I do know that it lives in the soil after it's, after your property has had that virus, then it lives in the soil for like a long time. But hey, you know what? We'll just if a puppy comes to live at Cog Hill, it'll have 3 sets of shot before it comes.
That's right.
It's a bad thing that it is in the soil.
Yeah.
But it's something that we're aware of.
Right.
And we can indeed counteract that with vaccinations. What do you see, baby?
Oh, goodness.
Is the bone going awry?
No, it's still over there. So what else has been happening?
What else is absolutely nothing.
It's been a lot of all the dogs.
It's been puppy. Are they identical? No, actually, Rocky has a longer hair than Bandit, but their facial markings, I tried to look at both of them, and it looks like Bandit's got a little bit bigger mask, I guess you would say, than Rocky. And it may just be that Bandit's a bigger dog and it appears to be a bigger mask. But they have toys back here. They're plenty occupied, and we have water. But of course, they want to be with their mom and daddy. They want to be out here running around and playing, and we're just not quite ready for that yet.
And Rocky's got really long hair compared to Bandit. Bandit's hair is short.
I might sit back here with them. Do you think people can still hear me?
I don't know if they can hear you or not.
Well, you can move the computer up a little bit if need be. We'll see what they do. They're settling down a little bit. Now. But no, I mean, we've carried on with normal farm chores because all animals here have to be taken care of, obviously.
Right.
Along with this on top of that. So, I mean, it's been a very, very, very busy week for us for the past 8 days.
Yeah.
No, 9 days. 9 days.
9 days.
Woo! 9 days. A lot of sleepless nights. Round the clock care. And how do the other dogs like them? The other dogs have not laid eyes on them.
Yeah. We've kind of kept them separated for now.
The virus is on us. It's on our shoes. It's in my car. It's on this ground, but I still feel comfortable keeping them separated until at least day 14.
Right.
When I know that there's no chance that Bandit's going to get it.
Right.
And then Rocky will indeed have,
Did they give us a time frame?
10 to 14 days.
From the first?
Yeah, from the first. So, that what I say, 9 days?
Yeah. Yeah.
By the weekend, we should be good. We should be able to not so worry about them being in contact with our dogs.
Right.
We're not worried about it because they're vaccinated, but still, even though that book says that a vaccinated dog won't get the virus, we know all about those what ifs.
Yeah.
We know about the wind on the mic. We can't help it. We're sorry. It's a laptop computer, so it's not like we're using a specialty microphone.
Yeah, it is a laptop, and the wind's blowing pretty good today.
Well, it's the fan is what it
Oh,
is.
is it?
That's what's creating the wind noise. So Jason's going to cut the fan off, or at least down low. And maybe that'll decrease the wind noise.
Maybe so.
We used to use those big bulky microphones before we had the laptop to use.
Right.
But you know, there was some issues there with I can't see your face, I can't see your mouth, I can't see your eyes. So it's either fan noise or nothing.
Right. But everybody's doing good, and plus we want to slowly introduce the other dogs to them as well. Holly would be too rough right now. I can tell y'all that Holly would be way too rough with them.
And our plan is to, hey baby, our plan is to first put a kennel in the chicken coop.
Yeah, a large kennel.
And visit them in with the chickens and the other animals, and that way we'll know what we're facing as far as, you know, reaction and
yeah, we definitely don't need them attacking the farm animals.
No, and we're not going to let that happen.
Right.
So it's going to be a slow introduction.
Yep.
But we're not going to do anything rational as
Right.
far as, you know, they're not going to be turned loose out here. Rocky is wanting his mama. And Bandit, look at him. He's just calm as he can be. He's okay, baby. So I'm going to get back here with them.
I don't know if we can hear you. No.
Well, we're going to find, I can't fit through that little hole, can I? Wait, baby, wait. Wait. Let's see. I might come back bloodied up and full of little puppy teeth marks. But Jason, as loud as I am, surely people can hear me.
As long as you're not looking down.
I'm not going to look down.
Okay.
So y'all tell me, can you hear me? Because I'm in puppy zone.
Yeah, I may scoot this up. I'm scared I'm going to flip it over, though. They said they can hear you.
Okay, good.
Good.
Well, this is going to work out better because, you know,
How
they need their mama.
How are the Victorian crown pigeons?
Oh, y'all.
So
I got a video coming out on when, Jason? I wish I could edit.
Thursday.
Thursday's the plan.
Yeah.
I wish I could edit.
Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Okay.
Then Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what day it is.
Yeah.
These puppies have my brain all going different directions. They're doing well. The Victorian crown pigeons are doing well. But guess what?
No egg.
No egg.
No egg yet.
But it is feeling like summertime in Alabama. And I hope that doesn't mess up their clock. I don't want them to lay before it's time, but I want them to lay before it's time.
Right.
Does that make sense?
You know, we had a very, very mild winter this year.
We did.
The peach farmers are really worried about not having enough chill hours this year. And I heard today at Pedals from the Past, because we went to Pedals from the Past today, and I heard Jason, the owner, Jason Powell, tell somebody that the red buds came out a couple of weeks early.
Really?
Yeah, the red bud started blooming. A red bud tree, if y'all don't know what that is, a beautiful pink blooming tree that blooms early spring here in Alabama and across the South. And he said that it started blooming 2 weeks, if not earlier than normal.
Well, the last I heard about the chill hours on the peaches were, I don't quote me on this,
Yeah.
but I think I remember it was February 17th was the cutoff date. It had to have such and such number of chill hours. And I say we because we're in Chilton County, so we're obviously, part of the we.
Right.
But we had to have, oh goodness, it was a certain number of chill hours.
Yeah.
That night, it froze. So that night, temperatures got down to like 31 or 30, something like that. So I'm not friends with any peach farmers, unfortunately, but I'm hoping that night of chill was enough to get these farmers over that hump.
I hope so too. I really do. Now we showed a freeze that was going to come this week, but then it went away.
Yeah.
So we're not having that
Well,
at
that's
all.
a good thing because we don't like these late season freezes.
It'll definitely could hurt your fruits if your blooms are starting to set. It could definitely mess you up. And that was why we were at Pedals, is that we were looking at maybe possibly finishing out the fruit orchard and getting ideas of all what we need to do there, and hopefully try to get all that done before the heat comes.
Well, we're in the heat, but it's not here to stay, I don't think.
No.
I think we got some more cool weather, and especially some more nighttime cool weather.
I agree.
Before planting time is up for
Right.
us. And I don't mean vegetables, because we haven't started putting those in the ground yet for reasons you can only imagine. We may indeed have another freeze. We usually have one in April.
Yeah, we usually have another freeze, and I know the cold weather's not over with, but we're getting close. So
It's teasing us.
it is definitely teasing us.
I mean, it is feeling like summertime.
It is very, very warm. The greenhouse is like over 100. I mean, rolling all the sides up. Somebody said their pecan trees starting to leaf out.
Woo!
That's the old saying is that when the pecan trees bud out, it's
time to plant.
It's safe. The pecan trees know that the frost is gone and that it is safe to plant.
Now, where are you? Where your pecans are?
I don't know where they were.
Because if they're in Miami, Florida, that's
true.
not going to apply to us.
No, it won't apply to us. I haven't noticed the pecan trees budding out here yet.
Well,
have you?
I really don't know where to look for a pecan tree.
At the other farm, we could see them easily.
Yes, they were at the end of our road.
Yeah.
There was a pasture that was a cow pasture.
Right.
And in that pasture was an emu, a male emu.
That's right.
And that was a pecan orchard on part of that pasture. And so every day when we turned left or right at the end of our road, we looked at the pecan trees. So we knew
when they were budding
out. And it was always an exciting time. Whichever one of us saw it first knew we were fixing to plant that garden.
Speaking of pecan trees, we have two that a viewer gave us that we're going to plant this year. And I've been just wondering, where in the world am I going to plant these pecan trees? It's crazy. You got all this property, but you don't want to plant it in the wrong spot, because a pecan tree is a tree that just lives for years and years and years and years. And I told you the other day that over on this backside over here, that I'm thinking I would love to do a pecan orchard. And I don't know how many pecan trees we could get in there, but I would love to have a pecan orchard. And it would just be beautiful, and we could have pecan trees, because the pecan trees now, these new hybrids, they say that you can get a nice crop in 10 years.
And that's amazing to me, because I've always thought, I wouldn't see a pecan produced in my lifetime if I planted the tree.
Yeah, that's always.
Even as an early age, I didn't feel like that was the case. And now that, I'm approaching 50, the thought of being able to see pecans on a tree is amazing. So I think we will indeed plant some pecan trees. We've just got to figure out where our animal fences are going to go.
Yeah.
Because couldn't you imagine planting a pecan tree where Moody's going to go, or where the goats are going to go?
Right.
It wouldn't last very long.
It wouldn't last at all. It would not last at all. Somebody in Florida said that their pecan trees aren't budding out yet. So I guess it just depends on where you live in that.
What you doing, baby?
But it's been gorgeous here.
It
has been gorgeous. Oh my gracious. I don't want to come in.
I don't want to come in either. And as a matter of fact, I was this close to canceling the live today, and I said, I can't do that to our wonderful followers. So we're here, and we owe you guys an update on these wonderful puppies. That this one loves me so much. Look at him. He loves me. He just wants to sit in my lap.
Yeah, he does just want to sit in your lap.
And y'all, I do believe they're going to be big dogs. And I do believe he's going to be 100 pounds sitting in my lap.
Oh, gosh. I know Bandit's going to be 100 pounds. That's a big old boy.
Heck, he's approaching 100 pounds now.
He's
a quarter of 100 pounds.
And estimating anywhere from 12 to 16 weeks old?
Yeah.
So, he's a big boy. He is a big boy. I've seen a lot of people ask where Holly is. We got Holly. She's inside the house with Gidget and Arlo while we got the puppies out here for the live. But Holly's been out all day. Trust me.
Holly is tired. As a matter of fact, Jason went upstairs to get his laptop.
Yeah.
Holly fired him. Holly probably did fire him because she wanted to come in.
Right.
Holly followed Jason upstairs to get the laptop, and it was literally 10 minutes before she came back down, and that means she's tired.
She fell asleep upstairs.
Because she follows Jason everywhere he goes.
So,
and since Holly's gotten spayed, I feel like, we didn't spay her to reduce her energy level by all means, but I do feel like she has indeed calmed down some to where she can rest.
It
And
did.
so I'm thinking if I get spayed, that I could calm down and maybe watch a video or two or watch some TV or.
But your definition of calm down with Holly is not. I don't know how to put it. It depends on the spectrum, because she was like wide open, and now she's just, I don't know. She's still wide open. It just doesn't last as long.
That's
How about
right.
that?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's
still wide open.
But we're literally outside from daylight to dark, and Holly's with us the entire time.
Right.
So I can't wait till these boys are able to follow behind us like Holly does.
Yeah, and I'm sure they will.
I'm sure they will too.
Yeah.
I know one that will.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
gonna want to sit in my lap, and I can't sit still that long. He's enjoying chewing while I'm holding this little chew bone.
And I'm sure they're enjoying being outside too.
Yeah,
Sure.
they don't need to be inside all the time.
Right.
And that's why we decided to bring them out.
And plus, we thought you guys would want to see them.
Yeah.
They've been a big part of everybody's lives here the last week. So yeah, we wanted to make sure everybody got to see them in the live today.
And they are still on their medication. Both of them are taking the antiviral drug, which I was told was Tamiflu.
Ain't that crazy that they're treating parvo for dogs with Tamiflu? Now, I can't figure out how in the world did they come up. How would somebody even figure that out?
I don't know. I was bumfuzzled, to say the least, when he said, we're going to go with Tamiflu. We're going to do some amoxicillin. We're going to do Baytril, which is a shot, something that would help calm him down when he got his IV.
Right.
Which he didn't need that when he was sick. And then a anti-nausea pill and IV.
Yep.
So we're down to just 2 medications a day for Rocky, and still just the one for Bandit, which is that antiviral. But we will need to continue those until they're empty.
Oh, big boys.
He was trying to see what time it was. Did you
Was
see
he?
him?
Was he trying to see what time
He
it
was trying to see what time it was.
I lost my train of thought. I was fixing to say something. I totally forgot what it was.
I have about a half a bag of IV left. So Rocky used 2.5 bags of IV. And I was administering 250 milliliters.
150. 150 at a time.
150 milliliters.
Yeah.
How does he know that when he didn't even do it?
I cut it on and off.
150 milliliters of the IV fluid.
Yep.
Which I do believe is the reason that this little fellow was able to pull through.
Yeah.
Dehydration is the biggest
reason
for death.
That's what we read, is the dehydration is one of the first things that get them. So yeah, the IV helped out big time, and we're calling it an IV. It's technically not an IV.
It's fluids.
But it's fluids. But it's like calling Clorox, calling bleach Clorox or whatever. Everybody says, pretty much everybody knows what IV is. So
it is done sub-Q, which is called subcutaneous, and a lot of you know this and probably think, why is she saying this? But a lot of questions about why are you just sticking that under his skin?
Right.
Well, that's how an animal fluids are done, because it in turns makes a big pouch, so to speak, and that fluid is absorbed by their skin, by their body, and they're able to in turn have enough fluid.
Yeah.
To sustain life. What is it?
Nothing. It's just strange that that dogs and then cats we know are done that way.
Yes. Mary Carl's biggest question was, Mama, will we have any of that fluid left? You know what she's thinking.
What?
If we ever have another critter in need, then
we got some left.
We got, probably, I'm sure goats done that way as well.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't
think
goats.
so.
Is it?
I think so. The lady at the vet, she said, the biggest thing is going to be, you're going to need some way to hang this bag because it needs to be elevated above where Rocky is.
That's right.
And I looked at her and I said, I have an IV pole.
We have an IV pole.
And she looked at me and I said, it's a long story.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you guys how I came about an IV pole. Mary Carl, for Christmas 2 years ago, had asked for it's like a nurse's training.
It's a fake arm.
Well, Jason, I'm trying to be nice.
Well, it is.
It is a fake arm.
It's a fake arm that you practice with.
It's a nurse's training kit.
Yeah.
It's an apprentice kit that you can tie a tourniquet on. It's an arm. One day I went in her room and that thing was hanging out from under her bed. And I forgot that it was, Christmas. But anyway, it looks like a real arm.
Yeah.
But it came with a pole that you hang the fluids on, and you use a real needle, and it's got veins in it. It's got arteries in it, and you learn how to draw blood.
Yeah.
You learn how to administer an IV. And at 11 years old, that was what she wanted for Christmas. So I have an IV pole, and I guess that's where I learned how to do it too.
I'm
because I don't have any nursing skills behind me.
Well, I tell you, I'm grateful she had it. I wanted that for Christmas because it sure come in handy.
I don't know how we would have tied it up otherwise.
We'd had zip ties up and bread ties and pipe cleaners, and we'd have had all kinds of stuff hanging from a light fixture or ceiling fan.
There's no telling.
We would have. Yeah, we would have had it. We'd have had it rigged up, but thankfully we had an IV pole that go with our fake arm.
Like, why do you have that?
Well, you should have told her you had a fake arm that went with it.
I didn't want to tell her all that. She did not need to know that. There was something else that she got that year that was medical. What was it?
It was that arm, and it was something else.
What was it?
Well, it wasn't a fake foot, was it?
No, there was no need for a foot. We're not practicing amputating yet.
I remember the arm. It was something else. So it was something else. Yeah.
I don't remember what it was.
I can't remember.
Oh
well.
It left me, but maybe it'll come back.
Oh well.
So we know what we know we need that pole, and I'm gonna keep up with it.
Yeah,
it's
we
no
need
longer
that pole
going
big
under
time.
the bed. It's gonna stay easily accessible.
Woo!
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Thank goodness we had the pole with the fake arm.
So before that happened, what were our videos?
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh,
the Silkies are all doing well.
Silkies are doing well. What about the goose eggs?
Okay.
Tell them about.
Well, so I got Mary Carl to help me candle them the other day, and I was very disappointed because there were a lot of them that had stopped forming for whatever reason. And so I had one that had a crack in it, and it was like the baby was trying to hatch, but it was too early, so I left it alone, but I put it in the bottom of the incubator, and I did not want to mess with it because I knew it wasn't time, and the baby didn't make it out. So that was one that did not make it.
Right.
And I haven't counted what's left and due to hatch because it's a not so big number.
It's not a big number, so you won't have 14 hatching.
I won't have 14, but I will tell you that I have been monitoring the nest that's out there where Nugget is, where the other geese are.
Yeah.
And it's gone to this height, and I'm not looking under her.
Yeah, don't look under.
She doesn't want me messing with her. One day I went back there and I thought, well, she's getting up to go eat. I'm going to go check. And her husband was right behind her. He said, "You're not fixing to check today, Missy."
They mean.
So I turned around and I'm just, I'm not going to intervene with those no matter what. So whatever hatches, hatches. Whatever doesn't.
Right.
I hope one day I see little goslings walking around, but if I don't, I don't.
The Easter eggers are doing good, and our chickens are laying pretty good. We're getting anywhere from 12 to 20 eggs a day now. So the longer days, the warm weather has really kicked that in, which is the sunlight, the longer days, and so our eggs are laying. The
eggs
Easter
aren't laying. Our chickens are laying.
The Easter eggers will be. That'll be probably another month before we let them out with the Rhode Island Reds and everybody else. Another one is that. Oh, we got the spring tooth harrow.
Yes.
Which has been fabulous, absolutely fabulous.
I got accidentally bit instead of the bone.
Uh-oh.
I think he bit the bone.
Oh goodness.
The bone in my finger.
Mm.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's okay. The spring tooth harrow has been awesome. That's probably one of the best tools we have. And then my plan on to do with the spring tooth harrow is that when we move the chickens, we got them in the egg mobile. So when we move them, I'm gonna go behind them because I want that soil to be loose. So even though the chickens are in there, they're not tilling that deep. I'm gonna come through there, go down. That thing's going down a good 10 plus inches. So I want to go down through there, get that loosened up, and just let it rest. I'm just gonna let it rest. I'm thinking about planting a cover crop on there. Probably I'm leaning towards, because I got some. I'm probably gonna plant some black oil sunflower seeds behind the chickens, and just let that take over, and just let them go throughout the summer. And if you don't know that black oil sunflower seeds make an excellent summertime cover crop.
Lean the screen down so they can see the puppies.
Okay.
That's good.
Here we go.
That's good. Everybody can see puppies more. They're starting to kind of.
Yeah, they're starting to wind down.
Bit.
Here we go.
That's kind of what we were hoping for. We did have a visitor today.
Who's that?
You don't know.
Greg?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Greg came today.
Mr. Greg came and he brought a load of sand on the area where we're going to build the barn.
Right.
He didn't like the way the water was draining or something like that. Mm-hmm. So he brought a load of sand, and you haven't told me what I'm supposed to do with it yet.
Nothing.
Don't spread it out? Okay. Yeah. Leave the sand there.
Leave it there. Yep.
What's the point?
When the Brant and them come and the concrete guys come, the concrete guys will spread it out.
Oh, okay.
Like they want it.
Okay.
Yep.
So we're getting closer to barn build day.
We are.
Brant's on his last build before he starts on ours.
Yes.
And we're very excited.
Yep.
And that is in turn where we plan for these guys to live. It's going to be the biggest doghouse they've ever seen in their entire life, because that's the area that we will need protection.
Right.
Meaning from predators.
There's a bluebird.
Yeah. Because Foxy, she guards this entire area.
All by herself.
This is where all of our animals are right now, which because pigeons will still be over here. And we're thinking about leaving the peacocks over here, because the area where the barn will be is closer to the road. Peacocks fly very well. And our friend who we got interested in peacocks from lost quite a few, but it wasn't due to cars.
It was a train.
It was a train.
Yeah.
They had a train track that ran across the road, and for whatever reason, the peacocks were attracted to the train.
Her peacocks and her guineas were attracted to the train for whatever reason. That's just crazy. But
she lost more peacocks and guineas to the train than Mother Nature itself.
That just blows my mind, because we can barely catch a peacock, or if we had guineas, you could barely catch them, and to have a train hit them, I don't know.
Actually, one of
kind of sounds like a country western song.
It does. One of our good friends is an engineer for a train, and he asked me, "Did my friend that lived in that area have peacocks?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "I thought so." And I said, "Why?" And he said, "Because I was coming through there, and peacock feathers went everywhere." And that told me all I needed to know without asking anything else.
Yep.
That he was the engineer of the train, and the peacock didn't get out of the way. So, I mean, that's sad. And I sure don't want that to happen to our beautiful peacocks.
Yeah.
We don't have a problem moving our little Bam chickens and turkeys and...
No, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. Plus, the peacocks are so territorial that if we did move them over there, I got a feeling they'd be right back over here. And it's not that far. It's not that far. It's not
that far, but it's far enough for me to feel comfortable with them being away from the road.
It's about the exact same distance as the greenhouse is from us right now.
That's true.
Yeah, it's really not that much distance, honestly. But I've been talking to Brand. I talk to him at least once a week, and I'm thinking within the next couple of weeks.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too. I think we're going to start start seeing a crew roll in, and
I do.
And then they'll roll back out as quick as they got here because it'll be a quick process. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
that's all he does is build barns.
And this will go way quicker than the house.
Oh,
because this is just a barn. This won't be a house, so it's a big difference in the in what they're doing. Oh gosh, if the weather's nice, I think they'll be. If the weather's nice, I think they can have it done in 2 to 3 weeks.
I think 5 days.
Maybe.
I think 5 days. I really do.
Do you?
I mean, I may be totally wrong, but if
5 days would be awesome. I'll be up for that.
I'm ready to move my stuff that doesn't need to be stuff in the house to the barn.
Right. So Granddaddy's doing good. Still waiting on them to get started on the house.
They're kind of wishy-washy as to what they want to do.
Yes.
They think one day that maybe they should just go and buy a house in town. And then I think the more that they think about it, they don't want to do that because they won't be at their house.
Right.
But the dilemma is nobody can pinpoint exactly what it's going to cost to fix the house. And he doesn't want to go into the build and not have the financial means to finish it.
Yeah, so they've had 2 contractors now come by, and nobody can just say, hey, it's going to cost you this much money to have it done. And so that's just been a hiccup for him. They can say it's going to cost you around about this or around about that or this, that. And so,
I mean, me being my age, I don't want to know a roundabout. I need to get really close within a couple of $1,000, and nobody can do that because what they're saying is when they get in there and they start working, they may find more damage than what is actually showing with the naked eye. I get that, and I get that they're having a hard time trying to figure out what to do.
Yep.
But they have a roof over their head. They're not going to stay in the shop forever.
Right.
And we don't feel comfortable. I mean, of course, we make suggestions as to what we would do, but we don't feel comfortable saying, hey, you got to do this because it's not up to us.
Right.
I mean, we know what we would do in our situation. They know what they would do in their situation. They're just having a hard time coming to.
Yeah, he's just having a hard time. And they've gone house shopping. They've gone looking at houses. And
there was a week or so there when they said they wanted to buy a house, and that's what they were going to do was buy a house. And they were told that their house was going to cost this amount of money to fix approximately. But then the next week it was, we think we want to fix our house.
Yeah.
And that's of no fault of their own. I mean, they've been through a tragedy that would make anyone's brain a little bit indecisive.
Right.
I'm sitting on toys and it doesn't feel very good. All right, Jason.
Yeah.
What else you got?
I was just looking at some of the comments, and those are 2 that stood out. Saw somebody come up about heartworm medicine, but they won't start heartworm medicine until their last set of shots.
Yeah, 6 months is usually the heartworm medicine start time. I tell you what was a mystery to me, and that was with Holly. So we took Holly. The lady we got Holly from told us that Holly had 2 sets of shots.
Right.
And so you remember the video where we took Holly to the vet.
Right.
We took Holly to the vet to get her last set of shots. And I said, okay, so what do I do? Just bring her back to get spayed, and then at a year, bring her back for her rabies shot? And he said, you don't give a rabies shot at a year.
Right.
And I was like, what? And I said, I always thought that you didn't give a dog rabies shot until a year, and that was the mark. And he said, I don't know where along the way that got instilled in people's minds that a rabies shot's given at a year, but that's absolutely incorrect. You give a rabies shot at the 3rd set of shots.
So,
and I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
So Holly got a rabies shot at her 3rd set of shots. And indeed, these boys will as well.
Right.
In our state, you can go to a feed store and buy vaccinations for a dog.
Right.
but you can't buy a rabies vaccine.
That's the only one that you got to get.
You have to get that from a veterinarian.
Veterinarian.
And I don't know why that is, because you would think that you would want animals to be vaccinated against rabies, but there's obviously a reason behind it.
Yep.
That I don't particularly understand. My vet has also discouraged me from ever buying vaccines from a farm supply store. And his reasoning behind it is because you don't know if that vaccine has been kept at the proper temperature. He said when we order our vaccines, they're coming direct from the manufacturer. I don't know where the farm stores get them from, but
Right.
obviously there's a middleman.
Right.
And if that middleman has, has missed the temperature requirements at some point, then the vaccines are in turn no good. So he will sell me a vial of vaccination from himself at an inexpensive price to do at home, same price as I'd pay from a farm supply store. First thing he asked when we brought Holly was, did her owner vaccinate her from a farm store vaccine? And our answer was no, because we were told that she went to the vet. So I don't do the big box store vaccines. I always have vaccinations done at the vet. And our vet's not a moneymaker. I mean, he's not out. Yeah, he's got to make a living, but he's not out to make a killing off of us. He loves animals, and he in turn wants to do what's best for them.
Somebody wanted to know about FEMA and how come they didn't give Granddaddy a trailer while he is building or fixing the house or whatever. FEMA didn't really offer anything. I say that they offered a little bit. They offered $1,000 in expenses to stay somewhere until he got his house fixed or found somewhere to live. So, and they didn't offer a trailer at all, and that's it. So that's why he didn't get a FEMA trailer, and that's why you don't see a FEMA trailer there. And that's all FEMA offered for Granddaddy.
So
now, I had a lot of people asking about Pink. Pink is still here. Just Pink's nocturnal. I saw her the other day, and I should have took a picture of her or showed a video of Pink, but it just wasn't happening. Matter of fact, I feed her almost every night. So tonight, when I come out here to feed her, I will definitely take a picture or video for y'all for Pink and put it in the stories so y'all can see her. But Pink is pretty much 100% nocturnal. She comes out at night. She stays in the barn or sleeps in the barn, the old barn that we got during the day. But Pink is completely okay. And there was two more questions that I wanted to answer too, and that was the old farm truck. I'll give you an old farm truck update on the 69 Ford F100, and that is that it is going well. As a matter of fact, Donnie, who's working on it for me, the young man, he said that he has done a ton of stuff to it. He's taken a lot of videos for me, and he's going to get those videos to me, and I'll give y'all a video update when that happens. And he actually has started a list of brake parts that we're going to get next, because he's almost finished with the engine and getting it 100% running and going well there. So that's the next thing on the farm truck, is I'm waiting on the brake list, and then that way we'll be rolling. It was brakes and transmission was the next two things. That was the next steps in the old farm truck and getting it going. And speaking of getting it going, I saw some people asking about the tractor. I'm getting really close on the tractor. I've been piddling with the tractor, and because we just had such beautiful weather that I just haven't been working hard on the tractor. And so the tractor is that I got it cranked and running for a little bit. So I got that much. I got that much fixed, but it'll run for a little bit. It's doing a lot of backfire and sputtering. I'm almost certain that it's out of time, and I think I know what the issue is there. I got some more parts too. I got a new coil, I got new plug wires, and I got a new distributor cap. But if you don't know, anyways, when you pull, it's got a front mounted distributor, which was how it was in 48, the early model 8 ends. So when you pull that off, your rotor button is either one way or the other, and you're supposed to pay attention to where that is. And so when I pulled it off to replace the points and condenser, the rotor button was turned sideways. So when I pulled it off, it got bumped and the rotor button moved. So I had a 50-50 shot on which way the rotor button was turned. And it could go either way, but if you put it in the wrong way, it gets out of time. So when it does run, it spits and backfires, and that's what it was doing for me. So I got to take that back off, move that back around. And so when I'm taking that back off, I'm going to go ahead and replace the coil and get the plug wires replaced and go ahead and put a new distributor cap on there while I'm in there. And those parts are not that expensive. And then put that back on there. And I think I'm going to be running, y'all. I really, really do. I think that once I get that done, that she's going to turn over and purr like a kitten.
There have been nights when we're just about ready to go to bed. And Jason heads out the door and I say, "Where are you going?" And he said, "I'm going to see if the tractor will crank real quick."
Yeah.
Well, that real quick turns into 45 minutes because he thinks of something to try.
Yep.
And I'm hoping that that's going to come to an end real quick.
Has Rocky pooped yet?
Yes!
Yes, he did. He did. We're over that hump. We were worried about that.
We didn't even think about that
Yep.
to tell y'all. He did. He actually went 3 times. Let's see. Today's Tuesday. He went yesterday 3 times. And the first one kind of scared me because it was a little red tinge to it.
Right.
But that's to be expected because of what his gut has been through. But the next 2, my gracious, you could have smelt it next door, but I was happy. I was really, really happy to see that come out of him. And it's been regular ever since.
Yep.
So he's eating like a horse. He wants a lot more than I'm giving him, but I got to do small amounts.
Yes.
It's just not going to work to make his little inactive stomach work overtime. I mean, imagine you've had the flu, which was just affecting your stomach, and you started out with a cheeseburger. That's not going to work.
That's not going to work. Not going to work at all.
Or 10 cheeseburgers, I should say. So we're doing 1 cheeseburger at a time. Not really. I'm not giving him any cheeseburgers.
And no cheeseburgers. I could eat a cheeseburger.
Man, I could eat 10 cheeseburgers. I had a salad for lunch, and my stomach is telling me I needed more.
I had a peanut butter sandwich. I could eat a cheeseburger. There ain't no doubt about it.
I had a salad with boiled eggs out of the Instapot. And if y'all didn't get a chance to watch that video from Mrs. Cockhill, and you're intimidated by the Instapot, go check it out because it's my go-to method for boiling farm fresh eggs. Store-bought, I have never, back in the day, I didn't have any problem with them peeling. But farm fresh eggs, I have always had an issue with them peeling.
They can be an issue for sure.
You lose half the egg trying to peel it.
I saw my buddy John say that when he takes something apart, he takes a picture. I did do that with a distributor, or I wouldn't have got it put back together. But the picture I took of the darn rotor button, buddy, was the wrong way. And I thought, that's the way I put it back. When I tried to put it back in there, it wouldn't line up with the shaft. And so I was like, well, I got a 50-50 shot. It either goes this way or that way. And I think I was the wrong end of that 50-50.
I was going to say something earlier when we were talking about the FEMA trailer.
Yeah.
I was told that the disaster that happened back in Florida, was it called Ian? Was that hurricane, that last one that?
I think so.
That hit.
Yeah.
Oh, Sue Slaughter can tell us. What's the name of that hurricane that destroyed Sanibel Island?
I can't remember which one it was.
I believe it was called Ian.
Yep.
But those people that needed housing still don't have FEMA housing due to the trailers just haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
And y'all, this is another thing. A lot of those FEMA trailers were stored right near where Granddaddy lives.
Yeah, there were
some.
some.
Happened.
That's right. There were some stored beside the county jail, and the county jail got hit by the tornado, so those FEMA trailers got hit too. So
and they were destroyed. Yep. They said the county jail is going to cost $10 million to rebuild it.
Yep.
In 2 years' time.
That's crazy. I wonder. So I guess it's not operational whatsoever.
I don't know what they did with the inmates.
They moved them, but I mean, I don't know. That's kind of crazy. Really, really is.
Yeah, it's, they don't have room for people that need to be in jail as it is, much less relocating ones.
That's right.
What kind of time are we looking at?
We're getting close. We're at 50 minutes. Somebody want to know how will we train the puppies not to hurt the farm animals. Generally,
we're gonna put them in a kennel.
We'll put them in a kennel where the chickens and all could come around them. And generally, in the past, all we ever done is that just I always use this right here, and I know some people may think it's crazy, but that's my note, and it usually works most of the time. Now we could just take them up. If we had the kennel out there, if we did see them getting too rough, just pick them up, put them in the kennel, and tell them no. And we never had an issue. Over time, they pretty much pick it up.
Well, we have one dog on this farm that is totally untrainable, and if she got out, she would take every feathered friend on this property out with her. Yeah. And that is Dixie, our Shih Tzu.
Well, plus she has, she's an inside dog. She's never, was never going to be a.
Gidget has been exposed to chickens and she shows no interest.
No, but I think it's just a breed. I really do.
So, but in our experience, we've never had a dog except for Dixie that showed any interest in not wanting to accept animals. Not to say these two won't have issues, but I don't know. They look like they've got some Pyrenees in them.
Yeah.
To me, especially Rocky because of his hair being the length it is. I know they're not white.
Yeah.
But they've got some sort of shepherd in them.
Mm-hmm.
Shepherds are what? Herding dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's herding dogs for animals.
Possibly Anatolian.
Mm-hmm. The vet did mention Anatolian.
Did.
And we don't know. We're going to do a DNA test. It doesn't matter what they are.
If they try to do that next week.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Okay, so here's my question for you guys.
Okay.
If you have if you have
done a DNA test.
If you've done a DNA test on siblings, okay? Do we need to do 2 DNA tests?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Okay, so we have these 2 pups. And let me see what you guys think. We got these 2 pups.
They're obviously from the same litter.
Yeah, they're from the same litter. They're brothers. So should we DNA test both of them, or do we just do one and that one to give us the result for both of them?
So I'm wondering if there could have been 2 different daddies. You know what I mean?
It's possible. I'm not feeling that though.
So that's my only issue with. Do we need to do 2 DNA tests?
I see. Yes, do 2. There's one. No, just do one. Oh, goodness. It's going to be 50-50 here. We might have to put a poll up or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But look at this one. He's like, I am the one that's getting the DNA test because I am the biggest.
That's Bandit. All right.
Yeah. And y'all ought to see this loose skin that this dude's got. It's just gobs of loose skin.
And he is thick. I'm talking about, he's like picking up a bodybuilder or something. I'm talking about he's thick. I'm being like, ugh.
I pick them up to take them out of this so we can clean the perimeter and all that's in there. And it's gotten to where I'm like, Jason, I'm fixing to move the puppies. I need help. Now, little fella, he weighs the same as my little Pomeranian Gidget. So, that tells you.
Yes, they do. Do one. Yes, do. Oh, I guess it's going to be up to us.
Do one? Is that what you're saying?
No, it's probably 50-50.
Do 2.
And do 2 or 1. Mm-hmm.
Oh, my gracious.
Yes, do 2. So, somebody said maybe ask your vet.
Yeah.
We could ask Dr. Doug.
We could. We had asked him about doing it for Holly.
Somebody said Jamie just did 1. Is that what they said? It's going by so fast I can't see it.
Well, we can ask Jamie.
Yeah, that's right. You can just text Jamie.
Yeah.
I could text Lester.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll see what they did. But I feel like I wasted money if I did 2 and it came back the exact same.
I don't know if they come back the exact same because the hair. Rocky's hair is so much longer than Bandit's, but I don't know. Jamie tested all the puppies.
All of them.
Mm-hmm.
How many was it?
I don't know. 6, wasn't it? Was it that many? Gosh,
Is she talking
they've
about
had a run.
Christmas's puppies?
That's what I don't know. You have to
Christmas puppies
you have to send Jamie a text and ask her.
are the most recent ones that they came upon.
I'll send when this is over. I'll send Lester a text, and you can send Jamie a text. 6 is right.
6 puppies.
So they did 6 DNA tests.
Okay. Well, I guess we do 2 then.
We'll do 2.
2's cheaper than 6.
That's right. I guess we get another one. We'll do Holly too.
Yeah, we need to do Holly because that's what we asked the vet about initially. And, he said, I kind of have mixed feelings about it. He said, it's all in fun.
Yeah.
And what we were concerned about was doing it for that gene. And somebody told me what it was called. And I
can't remember what it's called. Yep.
But it's that gene about the, ivermectin. And we're staying away from it, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
Holly's on heartworm prevention that does not contain ivermectin. HeartGuard is the one that contains ivermectin, and she doesn't take that one.
Yep.
Well, look at Bandit. He's trying to make a bed over here. He's pulling on the cover. Oh, my gracious. They said this hour has gone by really fast. Look at him.
He's trying to make him a bed, ain't he?
And I'm sitting on their bed and making them sit on the concrete. What a bad mama. You didn't deny it either, did you?
No, I was just watching Rocky drink water, which I'm happy that he's still doing.
We're so happy that.
How much did the DNA cost? About $50? 20?
Oh goodness! I think that Embark one was $70.
$70.
$70.
Anywhere from $50 to $70. So I think we'll do
it
2.
Depends on the brand.
You're probably right.
And we may not need.
Yeah.
See, the Embark one was the one I looked at because it offered what Holly needed. Which was the gene.
Okay. That's right.
I don't know if they need all that. I don't know. We just want the breed, right?
Yeah, that's all we want to know what breed is.
I think he's got a TT.
Okay.
So they're used to going on their little potty pads. And I didn't bring any out here. I'm sitting on their covers. So
Embark is on sale on Amazon right now, somebody said.
How much?
I don't know. We'll just have to go look.
Y'all look. I mean, I know we showed this in the last video, but this dude's feet are enormous.
Yeah, they're huge.
I mean, they're like the size of my hand.
They're huge.
And little Rocky, his are so petite.
They're huge.
No, Rockies are petite.
Oh, I'm talking about bandits are huge.
Yes.
Mm.
I see you, baby.
Mm.
He looks at me like, and I'm referring to Rocky.
You swabbed inside their mouth.
Yes.
Somebody want to know how did the DNA test you send hair? No, you actually swabbed inside their mouth and put it in the bag and zip it up and send
We've
it on.
done multiple feathered friends.
Oh, we've done birds.
And what you do with them is you extract a feather, and it has to have the quill attached, which is the part that actually contains the blood.
Yep.
And you can do an eggshell too from a bird, but we don't tend to ever know what eggshell's what.
Yeah, pulling the feather is the easiest.
But they have to be a certain age in order to do the feather pull. That's the only bad thing. Egg identification would be immediate.
Who is Pink? Pink is our other black farm cat.
Barn cat.
Barn cat, farm cat. Yep. Her and Tucker. Tucker is not nocturnal.
Tucker is so rotten. I don't know where she is.
I don't know where she is either. She's usually in the live.
Tucker has decided that at night, she has a great big cat house, and it's called the garage. She thinks that if she doesn't get to go in that garage, that she's being depreciated.
Yeah.
Because she goes meow. At the garage door.
She's rotten, spoiled rotten. The garage is a new thing. There goes that bluebird again. It is beautiful.
So Pink gets to go in the garage every night, and no. Pink could go in the garage, but she chooses not to. Yeah. Pink comes up here, she eats, and she goes back to her barn, and she is the sweetest cat I have ever owned. Hey, you know what?
What?
Look on my phone. I got a picture of Sassy Man.
Oh.
Look at my 1,000,001 photos and find the one of him sitting on
Is it recent?
Yeah, on the Bohemian chair. He's Sassy Man is my mom's cat who we
One.
we had rescued.
He was dumped on the side of the road.
And Mama took him. Y'all,
Yep.
isn't he beautiful?
That's Sassy Man. If y'all remember, that video was maybe 2 years ago.
It may have been.
I think it was 2 years ago.
It made me think when I said
Yep.
sweetest cat, because Mama says Sassy Man is the sweetest cat she ever owned. But Pink is by far, Pink's sweeter than Tucker. And no offense to Tucker, but Pink was a bottle baby.
Right.
And her mother was killed. And so it was Pink. And she had a sister and she had a brother. It was Pink and Blue and Green, I believe. Isn't that right?
I think so.
But they were gone from the shelter. The only one that was left was Pink. And she was called Pink because she had a pink ribbon on her neck to identify her.
Yep.
And we kept her name Pink because that's what they called her. And she knew her name because she was bottle fed.
Oh, Pink.
But she will not come in your house. There was a time when Mama tried to let her live in her house.
Yep.
And she wouldn't have it.
Yeah, Pink won't do it. She's a barn cat, true and true.
She will not have it.
Yep.
I mean, we have offered her beds up here to stay up here. We've offered her enclosed houses to stay up here. Nope, don't want it. She's very independent.
Very independent.
And I don't think that's ever going to change.
I
I wonder how old she is.
Pink?
Yeah.
I don't know.
She's on up there.
She's on up there. Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed this episode or this live with me and Miss Brooke in the cage.
He can't contain me anymore. I had to be caged.
Along with her puppies or our puppies. And
these are our boys.
Our boys. Yep. Our boys. And I want to thank you guys again for everything y'all have done for us and for Rocky. All the prayers and the kind words and the emails and the messages and the comments and advice. We can't thank you guys enough. We really do truly appreciate y'all so much.
I felt like during this experience, you guys were one of the reasons that we were able to make it through it, because this is not something I'd ever experienced,
right?
Nor anything I would hope to experience again, because there's nothing like seeing a helpless animal.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been through these past 9 days is a helpless little fella.
Yep. He was definitely helpless.
But guess what? Y'all are going to get to see these puppies live their life out on our farm.
That's right.
And you get to see if they're trainable, if they like animals, if they don't like animals, and what breed they are.
Yep.
So it's going to be an adventure. And I hope you'll stick with us.
That's right. Guys, we'll catch y'all on the next one. As always, y'all be good.